Stable Diffusion 3.5 is out, but is it any good? Hello my friends, and how are you doing? Today we have a double feature because I'm going to talk about the new 3.5 model, but also about the ComfyUI.exe install, because now it is its self-contained software, but it is in a closed beta, and I'm going to show you the new functions today. Let's get started. So first, let's check out here the blog post by ComfyUI about the 3.5 model, because right now it doesn't run on ForgeUI. ComfyUI gets the good stuff always first. So here you have an image. It's not super good, so don't let that throw you off. When you scroll down a little bit more, there is some information here about the 3 different model sizes that are available for that model. It's the large model, the large turbo model, and the medium model, which is not out yet. It comes on the 29th of October. And then also down here, they have a day 1 workflow, example workflow that you can use. And also here the links to the different models that you can use for the model itself, but also for the clip models that you need with that. However, I went over to the Civit AI gallery, and there you can see images like that. And on the right side here, you get different prompts, you get the different settings, and you can also download this image and throw it into ComfyUI. And there it will give you a workflow that is different from this workflow, but also the sampler and the scheduler are different, because most images I have seen on Civit AI are using the DPM++2M sampler for that, also a lower guidance scale, but then a higher step count of 40. And you can also see here that this has a Stable Diffusion 3.5 large model. You can download that also from Civit AI, where I found that the download speed is actually quicker. So let's have a quick look inside of ComfyUI. I will also save this workflow so you can download it. You can also use it from the image I just showed you from Civit AI, which I will also link under the video. And this, of course, also here is the new ComfyUI interface for the exe, but everything works the same. Don't worry about that. So here, this is a little bit more complex than the one we have on the ComfyUI website. You see here we have a triple loader, so we have 3 different clip model loaded, and the one that is new here is the clip G model. If you don't have that, download that into the clip folder. The 2 other ones you should probably already have from your Flux generation. This goes into 2 text encoders here for the positive negative prompt. Then here we have some magic happening with the conditioning 0 out, the conditioning set time step range, and again set time step range, and it's combined. I don't know what specifically this does, especially because the negative prompt is empty here, so not sure why we need that. Then, of course, we have here our empty latent for SD3. Now, here's an interesting note. It says, make sure the resolution is multiple of 64 pixels and adds up to around 1 megapixel to get good results from this rendering. Then, of course, over here we have the checkpoint loader. You can see that the VAE is baked into the 3.5 model. And here we also have the model sampling SD3 set to a shift of 3. And then we are using a normal K sampler. Again, even though this is using a normal K sampler, this does not work inside of ForgeUI. And then we have here, of course, the VAE decode leading us to this beautiful image here. The quality is pretty good, I would say, but when we go back here to Civit AI and you look at the different images, go through the gallery, you will see that it can be a little bit hit and miss. Now, it doesn't have pretty good skin detail. It often looks very much like a digital painting, for example, as we see over here with this. You have a little bit of this kind of waxy skin, and you have to get lucky with a good render. But as you can see, here's the image with the butterfly, and even though I changed the ratio for mine, I would say that my result is still pretty good and has a lot of detail in there. When we look at the render time here on the left side, you can see that it's surprisingly variable. Not quite sure why that happens. So here we have 43 seconds on my 4080 locally. And here of that, we have 85 seconds for this image, but they both have the same resolution or the same pixel count. Now here again, you can see this image here has 52 seconds and this image for some reason has 76 seconds. But enough about the 3.5 model. Check out the different images on Civit.ai and try these prompts, try the workflows that are included in the images. You only have to drag it into the open ComfyUI window. And now let's check out the new local exe install. So basically what the exe install does for ComfyUI is that, of course, they have their own UI. It is not any longer dependent on your browser and the limitations of a browser. So, of course, they can place things and code them any way they want. So one thing, for example, is that they have this kind of code security where any update is verified for you. That already is a huge improvement in that software. Now, another thing is when you load these models, and this is something you have to do by hand as far as I understand, is inside of the workflow you can link to where the model comes from, and then when you download the workflow and load it for the first time, it's gonna download the models for you. Now this, of course, is a huge time saver, but of course it's not doing that here with that SD 3.5 models, because you have to specifically do that for the workflow to have this ability. So right now you have to download this by hand. Now, another thing that is pretty interesting here on the left side, as you've seen, I have here the queue with all of the images I've rendered in the past and an easy preview of those, which is also good because then you can go back and load the images, load the settings from there. You also have here your node library. You can search through that. You also have a built-in filter that you can use. You have here your model library. Now mine is pretty empty because I just installed that, so there is not too much in here. But a nice touch here is, for example, that you have these thumbnails for the models, so it might be a little bit easier to find what you're looking for. And below that, you can save here the workflows that you have saved through this software, and you can even bookmark them to find them easier. You can see here the bookmarks are in a separate section so that you can have your favorites workflows on the top. Of course, that makes for a much easier, much faster process where you just stay in the flow. Another addition we have here is that when you click here, double click to search for the nodes, it will show the most used nodes first. So there's also kind of like a improvement that helps you build faster. And one more addition we have is this floating window up here that you can put anywhere you want. You can also attach it to the top if you want to, so it sticks here. And this is basically your queue, your batch number. You can also cancel the rendering that's happening right now. You can clear the pending task. And of course, you can refresh all of the nodes and the models in there. Another very nice improvement is down here on the lower left, you have the settings. Now in here, because this is now their own software, they can do any kind of settings they want. So for example, you have much more control over the different key bindings. You can set them to anything you want. It's no longer limited by the ability of your browser. Inside of ComfyUI, you have also different kind of settings. For example, the color palette that you want to have, or with this floating thing up here, when you go to the menu, you see here right now it says top. If you disable that, you can see that this gives you the classic menu that you have in here. So that's also pretty useful. As you can see, it kind of also removes the other stuff here on the left and on the top. Not sure if this is a function or it is an error, but you can go here on that cogwheel, click on that and go back to your menu, set this again to top. and then everything is back to where you want that to be. Another very nice touch here is that the manager now comes with ComfyUI. When you click on that, it is loading here all of the different nodes that you can install, or from the pop-down menu you can have here the installed one or the missing one to update that. And another cool function in here is, for example, when I click on this, it's loading a little bit, and then you can see here I see the different version numbers that I have of this node pack. Now that can be super useful, especially if you have older workflows that might break with newer custom node packs. You can actually load here the different versions. And then here on the lower right, you have some additional buttons. I'm not quite sure the zoom one is very useful, because usually you zoom with your mouse wheel. And then you also have one that will reset the view that can be a little bit jumpy at the moment. And here you have the select mode for space or for pen mode, where you just click and move it around like that. Now, usually this is done with your space bar on the computer. So the one thing I like down here is the toggle link visibility. This will turn off and on the links and make it a little bit cleaner. Although I would prefer if this would change it from straight lines to these kind of curved lines, because if you don't have any links in here, it's pretty hard to know what is connected to what. But like I said, this is still in early beta and still has a way to go. You can join the ComfyOrg Discord and get some more updates there. Leave a like if you enjoyed this video. Don't be salty in the comments. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like that. And thank you very much for watching. Bye.